I don't even know how to start this video. I've restarted it 4 times now. But I work with the youth. I'm 18 to 24, a few times a week down on the streets in Olympia. And things have become more hectic for us down there because the youth center where the kids were staying, where they could sleep safely, and they had showers and meals, um, they had to shut it down because of COVID. So these kids who are just stepping out into life don't have any place to go. They're on the streets, and we've had some protests in Olympia. It's a little noisy, and it's not a safe environment as far as drugs and trafficking and all kinds of other things. It's not safe for them down there, so it's really difficult for us to watch them in that situation. We can't all take them in. I mean, we don't have room either. We're looking for places to put them, but it's so difficult for me to even begin to imagine and to make this video because I can't. My mother, you guys have heard about my mother. If you've watched any of my videos, then you know about my mother. She wasn't the best mother, but I had a mother. I had a roof over my head. I had hope because I'd seen that people could survive. I'd seen what life was supposed to be. I had some kind of example of what being an adult was. And my friends around me, I had examples of real families that got along, that knew how to repair things with each other. Um, I was in a teenage parent class in high school because I had my son at 17, and I was taught, childhood things and how to raise a child and how to talk to them and how to encourage them. And I have these examples in my life. So I can't even begin to imagine what it would be like to never have that kind of example, or to step out into life and have no place to land. I can't even imagine what that would be like. I can't imagine what these kids are feeling when they finally get hope because they finally get into this shelter for youths, and now it's closed because of COVID, and they're back on the streets, and I can't even begin to imagine how they must be feeling and how unstable the world must seem to them. I mean, we think COVID is bad. We think the pandemic is bad. We think the fact that we can't go to work is bad. We think all these things are bad. But imagine if you never had everything you just lost, and you never knew what that was like, and you never knew that life could be better. I mean, we who have had it, who've had a good life, we have hope because we've seen that we can have hope. We've seen those things in our lives, but some of these kids have never. I talked to a boy today who's been on the street for 12 years. Okay, our max age of our youth is 24. That means he's been on the street since he was 12. Could you imagine how lost you would feel if you had that instability since you were 12 years old for 12 years, never knowing if you're going to sleep in a safe place, never knowing if you're going to have another meal, never seeing an adult show up for you? These kids have never had examples, and they're our future. These are future families. These are future workers. These are future government officials. These are the future. And if we're not stepping out and we're not stepping in and we're not showing them this good example of what a family should be, or what adulthood can be like, or what hope is, then look what our future is going to be. It's going to be exactly what they think life is. It's going to be unstable. It's going to be unpredictable. It's going to be filled with no hope and no future. And that's why I'm having such a hard time with this video, because I can't imagine what that would feel like. I mean, I lived on the streets when I was 16. I ran away from home, though. I had a choice. I could go home. I could deal with my mom. I had the choice. And I knew what being an adult was. I knew what that stability was because I'd always had it. I only made it unstable because of myself. And I ended up going home because I didn't want to live like that. I'd rather deal with my mom and grow up and get my own life away from her than be on the streets and not know what I'm going to eat or when or where I'm going to sleep. I can't imagine what some of these kids go through when they have no one to turn to, no place to go back to, no adult to rely on. What kind of adults are they going to be if they think that this is life? That they think that this, at any moment they could lose the place that they're sleeping, or that the world's going to take it away from them, or that they're going to be sleeping and a protest is going to happen, or riots are going to happen, and all they're seeing is the stability, and all they're doing is walking around with empty stomachs. I ask them all, so what did you do today? They wander. That's all they do. They have no direction. And we need to show them some kind of direction and some kind of hope so that they can survive this, and so that our future will be more stable. I mean, when I'm gone, I know my children are going to be stable. They've all seen what stable is. They all know that they can rely on each other. They know what family is. But these kids, they don't know that. And everybody keeps taking everything away from them. And so they get these attitudes and they get this wall up, and we need to show up. We need to take the time to go down and see what they're going through and have some compassion for them and let them see that people are here for them and that there's a whole structure for them to step into and step out of where they are and move forward and become more. That they have this support, that they have all these things. And so that when they start their families and they do move forward, they don't create a world that is full of what they think the world is. Unstable, unreliable, unfaithful, full of fear, full of doubt, full of all these negative things. That is what I hope for everyone this week, that you will take the time to look at those who are in those situations. Find compassion for them in it. Just pick one. I've always told my kids, if we all just turn around and take care of one person, then everybody's going to be taken care of. So just pick one. Show up once a week and say, I hear you. I see you. I care about you. I'm here. I'm showing up. I want to know what you need. I want to show you that people are going to show up for you, and I want to show you some kind of reliability and stability. We need to lift these kids up. We need to lift them up and show them what the world is. In Jesus' name, that's what I pray. Just pick one. Just one. In Jesus' name, I really hope you do that. And as always, we are going to believe and make this so. Let's bring hope to these kids that are on the streets during this time. Thank you.